Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, and I am just going to discuss with you a few changes that I'm making. I got your AP exams back yesterday, and they came in, excuse me, not as I was expecting. So I knew there were going to be different forms of the test, but I didn't realize how many different forms there were. Just looking at period one, I didn't see anyone who had the exact same exam. So I'm not going to be grading them as a final, which is fine. We got told last week from the district office that they don't want us giving finals. So, but I do want to do it I do want to give an opportunity to those people who don't have an A, who really worked hard during the review, and maybe and there is a good handful of you who had a B or a C, but during that review, I could see a lot of growth. And I want an opportunity for you guys to improve your grade a little bit. So if you're below an A minus, what I'm going to do is allow you to choose if you want me to grade your exam. It's going to have to be pretty subjective because, like I said, they did not give me any scoring guidelines. So I'm going to, luckily, I for sure on the graph analysis, I know how that gets graded. What I mean more about, and I know how to do all the problems, what I'm talking about more is what would determine a 3, 4, 5. So for that, I have to guess because that hasn't been published. So what I'm saying is tomorrow's meeting was supposed to be, sorry, I'm gonna fix my camera here, was supposed to be going over the AP test. Well, I can't do that because everyone had a different test. So what I'm going to have you do, I canceled that meeting. You'll notice on the schedule it says that I want you to create a flip grid, which I do. I want you to do a flip grid explaining to the incoming calculus people in pre-calculus, just giving them some advice. It can be as short as 5 seconds and you're holding up a funny calculus meme, or it could be, as long as 3 minutes. It can be funny, it can be witty. It needs to be appropriate because I think I'll probably have it shown at the AP registration. But I have a BC student who's really good with video, and he's going to sort of compile clips from all of them and make one video. Also, I want you guys, BC is doing it today, so tomorrow you'll have a 2-part project and it won't take you very long. You're going to make your own little flip grid. And I would like you to watch the ones that the BC made with advice for you guys. So tomorrow's task is not going to be a meeting. It'll be a flip grid, both making, and then watch some of those BC ones because they give, a couple of you on one of the Google forms I gave out where I asked if you were going to take BC next year, you said maybe. And maybe their advice will tip that maybe to a yes or to a no and help you make that decision. So I want you to watch the BC ones and then also make your own little clip. And watching the BC ones will give you an idea what I want. But they don't have to be, super long. Don't put a ton of time into it. If you even just want to tell a funny calculus joke, that would be kind of cute to have thrown into the big video. But I want something for the pre-calculus kids so they know what to expect coming in. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, so back to the AP test. I'm going to share my desktop with you because if you don't have an A or an A minus and you feel like you might have gotten a 4 or a 5, I'm going to be emailing all non-A minus kids your actual test document. So I'm going to show you what that looks like and what you'll see. There's a number for each question. It's called a VR number that's going to be at the top of yours. And that's what I'll need you to enter in the Google form because I need to have a way to sort and find kids who did have the same test. So I'm not, reinventing the wheel with the grading process. So if there's at least 5 of you who had the same form out of the 90 of you, I can at least grade those 5 all at once. And that should help with it's going to be really hard figuring out how to deal with it. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you what the Google form looks like, and then I have a sample. So sometime by the end of the week, again, everybody who does not currently have an A or an A minus, if you have an A or an A minus, it's going to stay that way. You should get a 4 or 5 on the exam, and if you don't, I won't make it hurt your grade. But if I have there's a couple C's out there who really worked hard, and if you manage to pull a 5, I will move you up to a B. So if you're like, I have a C and I think I got a 3, then just don't fill out the Google form. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here with you so I can show you what the Google form looks like, and so I can show you what the document's going to look like when you get it. So first of all, I will be emailing you your test back. So this is somebody's, yeah, you can see whose it is, but at the top right here for this problem number, which I believe was the 25-minute one, it says VR, and then it's this number that you'll need to enter for me on the Google form for the long question. So the 217529, that indicates what form you got, and then I have to go click on that form in AP Classroom and enter that number for me to see that specific question. So if you kind of get what I'm doing, I need to sort it all so that, again, if 4 other people had this same test form, I can go click on that and grade those 4 all at once, because it's quite a process. They did not make it easy for us, which is kind of weird because the College Board's the one who suggested that we use these as final exams, and it's like, are you kidding? I think they think people have like one class of 15, and somebody on my Facebook group posted, do they know I have 127 different exams with no keys? And I was like, I don't think they realize that. Well, maybe they do, but there is no way to do that without having some cheating going on. So I get it, but I was hoping there were only like 12 different forms. Anyway, okay, I'll deal with it. But so this number's the one when I ask you for your VR number, that's what, and again, I'm going to send you these 2 responses to your email, your school email in the next, just check it between now and Friday. It takes me a while to download them and send them, and then I have to take a break. But I will send you, and you'll have 2 attachments. So once you get that, you'll go to a Google form that I will link on your master schedule. Again, only if you don't have an A or an A minus right now. If you have an A or an A minus and you want me to guess at what you got, I'll deal with that next week. I'll start, looking over some of those. I already had a couple emails this morning that from 2 A students who were worried about what they had on the AP test and wanted me to look it over, and I will for them. But I'm going to take care of the ones who need a grade bump first. Before I look at that. So you'll have this Google form. As always, you enter what hour you're in so I can sort that way. And then this says, please enter your VR number for the 25-minute question. And so that's that number I showed you at the top of that. And then you're going to send me that first question. So then when I get the spreadsheet that goes with Google Forms, I'll have the number and your responses right next to each other. And then I can sort if you kind of get in my brain and figuring out what I'm going to do. And then you're going to tell me if your grade is between a B minus and a B plus and you think you got a 5, or your grade is between a C minus and a C plus and you think you might have a 4 or a 5 and you want me to score your test. You may be at a B minus and you're like, I know I didn't get a 4 or 5. Then click no and I won't score it. This can only help your grade. So I think that's a really fair way to do it in light of the situation. So, all right, so I'm going to go back here and stop sharing my screen, kind of give a little recap. There's something on my screen. Give a little recap. So no meeting tomorrow on Thursday to go over the test because that's not feasible at this time. Sometime in the next 3-4 days, those of you who do not have an A will get an email from me with 2 attachments for each of your questions. You'll then go to the master schedule, click on the Google form, fill it out where you send those back to me. So it's just the only good way I have of sorting. And then what I will do is work on scoring those first. Again, it's going to have to be subjective. If I think you got a 5 and when all said and done you end up with a 4, I won't backtrack and refix your grade. I'm going to have to guess, but I think I'll be pretty close, so don't worry about that. All right. Anyway, that's all I have for you. So tomorrow's task instead, remember what I said, is to, number 1, if you haven't done the by parts yet, or if you haven't done the trig substitution, those need to get done. Seniors, that trig sub is your last assignment, except for if you could, the Flipgrid's not really an assignment, it's you doing me a favor. So I have something to show to the pre-calc kids to help them, decide what they want to do and whether they think they're ready. And then also please watch the BC ones. They give some good advice in there. They're making them today. Your job is Thursday or tomorrow to make me a little one and watch theirs. All right, so I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I will catch you later.